in.
What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday night. Welcome to The Lean. Thank you so much for joining our inaugural episode of recapping the new Real Housewives of New York City. We got a new era. We got a New York, a new cast. It is only fitting that we also start this off with myself, a new host, two new panelists, same Chase and Cortez. How are you guys doing tonight?
First of all, I'm brand new. I ripped the plastic off, so I'm real new.
Oh, really? You acted brand new. How are y'all doing tonight?
So good.
Fabulous.
Love it. Y'all ready to talk? I love it. Y'all ready to talk cheese, unnamed restaurants, Jenna Lyons, J. Crew, khaki, all that good mess.
All of it.
Yes.
Love everything.
Yes, we understood her assignment.
Well,
yes.
We
a
did.
lot better than the cast did. We love. I think mine's a little more beige though.
I nailed it.
Looks great. You guys look great. So cheers. I was gonna get a charcuterie board together, but I didn't have time.
Not a
charcuterie.
I have some shredded Mexican taco cheese and some provolone left over from the pizza, so it's not given.
Look at this. Somebody said in the chat that we haven't
Chase,
seen
we can't
ever. Oh,
I love that. I love that. I changed Chase is muted.
Yourself. There you go.
Oh, I didn't mute myself, so somebody else did.
Oh,
hey, to
that
the people, okay. Yeah, well, okay. Listen, what I was saying was we don't need to actually even get a board. We just spread you out over some wood, charcuterie, and let's go.
Are you saying that I spread easily? Is that what you're inferring?
Oh, my goodness.
Right off the bat. Here we go. All right, well, let's jump right in. This is New York. There's a lot to cover, so let's just get right into it. So right off the bat, before we get a revamped title card, we got a little introduction to these ladies. So first up, we've got Brynn, who's a marketing consultant, and I think, Tez, are you going to be posting up some of the pics?
It's coming up, but you can go ahead and start the...
All right, so we got Brynn, who is a marketing consultant. She seems like a firecracker. We got Jenna, a former J. Crew creative design, boss bitch. Jessel, she's a publicist, a mom. Sai, who's a social media influencer, Uba, who is a fucking literal goddess to me. And Aaron, which is just a low-budget Bethany Frankel. So... what are y'all's first thoughts on the introduction of the cast, and then of course our new title card with new taglines, new music, new intro? For me, it gave very Sex and the City more than old RHONY, which I'm not mad at all. So Chase, let's start. You and I have talked ad nauseum about the old cast. We were excited about the reboot. What are your thoughts?
Well, the first thought is I don't think that Aaron is anyone's Bethany Frankel. She gives me more Jill Zarin. But I'm really excited for this show, the group of ladies. I'm going to be honest with you. The reports that we were getting, they weren't really great. So I think that because people didn't really have high expectations, this blew it out of the water. I'm really excited. I'm almost excited for you to be a new host. So, this is all the beginnings, honey.
So you give with one hand and then you take with the other. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate that. Love and light. Cortez, what about you? What'd you think of this intro?
I thought the intro was great. I think they need to revamp every intro. It's just time.
Absolutely.
I think this reboot is really showing all the potential that could go with Bravo, that could come with Bravo over the next few years. And realistically, regardless if it's new cast, old cast, they need to really do some maintenance on the whole network and make it a little more current. Because sometimes, we got a new intro for Atlanta, got New York, Dubai is nice, but all of them should really take this step in being like this. That's just me. I don't know. But I like this. Really nice.
What about you, Love? Also, I'm very, very happy that my first hosting is with you and Shantae. So, welcome aboard The Lean. We haven't been together before, so I'm very excited to have you guys on.
I'm so excited.
Don't fall for it, y'all. It's a trap. Don't fall for it.
What'd you think, Love? What'd you think of the intro?
I think they knocked it out the park. I think this is what we're talking about when we say cast shakeup, kick them out. Fresh blood looks like this. Everybody needs to learn from this. I think people are more excited about this cast than Dubai, than Salt Lake. There's just some energy about them that is so refreshing and relatable. I heard someone say something slapped. I said, did they say something slapped? Like, I think it was Brynn. She was just like, oh, it doesn't slap. I said, what?
It was the Olive Garden breadstick. She said they.
Yeah.
Brynn is half black. She's a sister. So.
I've already started looking up what she is. It's given something, but I think they're refreshing. The first word that came to mind was refreshing.
Absolutely. What about you, Miss Shantae?
Well, I'm here for the RHONY reboot. I think that Bravo did very well this time because with the old cast, especially when they added Ebony, you could tell it was kind of just like diversity for diversity's sake. She was kind of not appreciated. They tolerated her. But in this cast, you see what it looks like when there's true multiculturalism at the heart of it. You see representation, both demographically, because you have people from Brooklyn, you have people from, Soho, you have people from all different parts of New York and different backgrounds too. So I think Bravo did very well, and they should do more of this for the other cities.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think they did. They did a great job of representing what New York looked like now, particularly in the age of influencer and social media. They brought in a little bit of the old York with Jenna Lyons, who's been a fashion mainstay for years. She was kind of the name that was attached, that was recognizable. And then they brought in other people that were social media famous and may have a great following, just enough to bring in some new blood. They said, if you're from the old way and you want to watch this, great, but we are out for a completely new demographic that is going to stay with us for years to come. And I think they did great. Whose tagline was your favorite? Really quick, anybody?
Yes, I loved, I want to say it was just, was it, how do you say her name? Giselle?
Jessel.
I think it was just I think she said this. I always bring the flavor. It's not my fault you don't have taste. Was
I love
hers?
that. Yeah.
Well, people are attacking her over that because it kind of reminds them of Ramona, but you can't say the same word twice in a Bravo verse and everybody think you by it.
Lord.
So.
What flavor did Ramona bring?
Right. Look,
Ramona's was I'm an acquired taste. If you don't like me, acquire some taste. So
that was
like,
lame.
But that wasn't lame. That was
Yeah. I thought it was Chef's Kiss. That was my favorite.
But Brynn is my favorite. Because I would definitely sleep with your dad, so I can relate.
That was hot. That was hot. That was probably the hottest one. That was so
Lord.
cute.
I don't know my dad.
Hi, Daddy.
I don't know him, so we maybe already slept with him. I don't know.
Knowing
I'll
Chase.
I'll never tell.
Shantae, did you have a favorite, sweetie?
Oh yes, I gotta go with Jenna. My lashes may be fake, but I definitely keeps it real. I think she's got the perfect blend of just confidence and beauty in her own quirky kind of way. And I love it. I'm here for Jenna. Yeah.
We're seeing people in the comments saying that they love that the intro it wasn't so staccato, it wasn't so stiff. Everybody's kind of inserting their personality when they hold. I was seeing on social media some people kind of complained about it, and I said, "This is what a revamp needs. It's not stuffy. Yeah. It doesn't give like old money. These are women that are out to make a name for themselves." And I loved it, which is why I said it felt more Sex in the City than it did a Housewives show, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you say, Chase?
I'm sad that nobody ran through their tagline like a Tomb Raider, like Lisa Barlow. Look how fast she did hers. Everybody knows that I'm Lisa Barlow and everybody's gonna watch the show. Girl, you got what I mean?
We weren't that low when we recap that. God bless her. But we know that's Tessa's favorite, so not too much. Not too much.
First of all, she's a watcher of the show. I didn't say she's a fave. Thank you.
She ain't sitting on no damn tequila.
Y'all know
oh, thanks, Antonio.
Y'all know who Jamie's fave was?
No.
Okay.
Mute. That's a lie. That's a harmful lie.
Go there.
Because we have to reboot Jamie. They're going to call for a reboot on Jamie after we expose him.
What? Not a reboot on Jamie.
How do I get in it?
If
all right.
Believe, then you know who Jamie's
That's a lie. I'm not going to stand for your lies.
Jenny wins. Jenny wins.
Look, before we get started,
That's a lie.
before we get jump into it,
Revisionist history.
Okay,
so if Miss Brynn is watching, she kind of liked one of our lead panelist Chad's Instagram posts about us recapping the show. So hey, girl, if you're watching, I think it's unanimous at this point. We're all going up for you. We're all going up for you.
Well, if she is watching at this point, I do want to give her a disclaimer that we are raw, filtered, and uncut. And if you don't have no strong, personality and you can't take it, you may want to exit to the left immediately because it's going to be real.
Look, Aaron kind of punked her out at the end of the episode. Aaron punked her at the end of the episode, but we'll get to that.
She just wanted to have fun.
All right, so let's jump right in. So we immediately kind of get immersed into an intro of the girls, and there's already a very clear relationships developed. We've got Cy, Brynn, and Jessel that are getting together for a little play date, at Cy's brownstone in Brooklyn. She asked that everybody take their shoes off before entering. I love that. Don't bring your nasty feet in my house. Jessel brings the mom to watch them badass kids. Apparently, the mom's never ridden on a bridge. She doesn't seem that impressed. It was a cute little scene. Uba and Aaron, they meet at a little fountain in the park. Uba ate her up in the fashion department. Uba literally just showed up looking like a goddess, which I loved. And I loved 30 seconds in, it's mess. There's back talking, there's backbiting. Apparently, Cheesegate has happened a couple of days before. And so I'm really confused about what actually happened because it does seem that we jumped right into mess. But I love petty drama. I lived for it. Apparently, Erin said that they were at a dinner party that she was trying to host. She invited all the ladies to a restaurant. It was short notice. And she tried to accommodate the short reservation with a restaurant that could make a last minute group like theirs. So apparently she picked the restaurant. It was hot. Used to be the hottest place in New York, she said, but she's a cool mom. She doesn't need to eat at hot restaurants. She can drink in someone's backyard. She can go to a bonfire. She's cool with it. She doesn't need to be seen. Cy and Brynn didn't really think the same thing, and they absolutely said, we're not coming. We're very much tired. We're going to go home. And 2 days later, they posted on Instagram that they went to another hot spot in New York, Casa Cipriani, which they had no problem dropping the name, but the one that they did not want to go to, Bravo conspicuously bleeped that out. So Erin's mad that they ditched the dinner. She's mad that she found out about it via Instagram. She's mad that they lied to her. And so Brynn and Aaron are talking how they'll never be caught dead in that restaurant. They are not, it's not 2005. They're not D-list models, and they would much rather go to Olive Garden because they got good breadsticks. And let me make sure I quote this. The breadsticks, they slap. So before we go further, have any of you ever lied to get out of going to a broke anonymous restaurant and then go somewhere else and post it on Instagram?
Can I say the restaurant that it was?
Name them.
Don't do it.
Say allegedly. Say allegedly. That's our favorite word.
Allegedly, the restaurant is Catch in the Meat District next to Tao in New York.
Wait, that's a conflicting theory.
Allegedly.
It's either allegedly Catch or Craft, because Jessel on her Instagram, she posted the restaurant with the letter C at the beginning and 4 other letters bleeped out, and so they're
allegedly.
Yeah, some people say it's Catch, some people say it's Craft. I think it's Craft because Catch was not open in 2005 or whatever time they were shading it at.
Okay, Nancy Drew.
But Craft
Love it.
And Craft belongs to or was started by Tom Colicchio, who's a Bravo celebrity who does Top Chef. So I think they were protecting their own.
That would
by blocking out the name. That makes sense. That could be it. That could be it. Allegedly.
That could be it. I'm still gonna go with Catch. Allegedly go with Catch, but that's a good theory. But I thought they were just, putting extra on it. I thought they were being, extra by saying 2005, 2006, because then somebody else in the show said 2012. So that's why I was
right.
It may be.
Look, I miss this kind of petty shit. Like, why are we arguing over what
Like,
restaurant we're going to
seriously.
eat at? I love this shit. I ate that up.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
so-
Catch. I don't know what's. I love Catch. If it was Catch,
I've never been.
Look, the one in LA is amazing. So I
the
don't
one
know.
here is. I have to say the one here is great in LA.
Yeah.
The one in Vegas is good too. I've never been to one in New York, so maybe it's.
I would assume it's nice though. I don't think I've ever heard that. That's why I was like, is it Catch? Oh my goodness, clutch my pearls.
As
You know,
a
Jamie,
Texan, what were you saying,
Go ahead.
Chase?
I was gonna say, to answer your question, I've done everything but post. I've done that before, but I do not post.
Thank you, Chase.
on
Right,
I love that.
media.
right.
I've
Good for
done
you.
Days
Have a
later,
little bit of decorum.
Yeah, and not timestamp maybe,
Nah.
and then and be wary on the tags. But yeah, I mean we've done that. You know what I'm saying? Of course.
So I guess I'm on Aaron's side.
Yeah, I'm
a little bit.
They should have not posted. I mean,
Yeah.
if they posted. They gave her an ammo to be mad. She has a will of her right because they weren't upfront. They were not upfront with her about that whole thing. So I mean, I say be real and be like, girl, we don't want to go there. We don't want to eat there.
It was fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
fucked
I
up.
will say, as a native Texan, whether it's Catch, whether it's Caught, whether it's Crew, it's not Whataburger. So we're just gonna leave it at
I
that.
like Whataburger, bitch. So
I love
don't know about that.
Whataburger. I love Whataburger. You're gonna see me there at 3 a.m.
You know, I mean, just in case Brynn is watching, I'm gonna put my Brynn cape on. Hey, girl. Okay, look. So, devil's advocate, right? So, look. Technically, you're with somebody that creates content, right? And she's always on the clock. So, you guys were working. She had to post that, right? And you're just there by association. You just wanted to eat. We got you.
No. First of all,
She said no.
love. The devil doesn't need an advocate. The devil is the devil. First of all.
Okay,
Second of all,
fine.
if she, I'm just saying. Well, I'm just saying. No, listen. If she was,
I'll drink to that.
listen. If she is, you know, that is a great explanation, especially up front. Well, I'm a content creator. I can't be called dead in this sock hop. I can't be called dead in this
Not the sock hop.
Right. Oh, right.
You
Not
know
my
what I mean?
following. No, you know?
Yeah, and then I think Aaron would have been like, okay, whatever. Let's just go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But
I think everybody on this panel forgot what we
We
came
got you,
from.
Brynn.
Okay, so
Forgot
then
what, Jamie?
on top of nothing, baby. On top of petty restaurant drama, we add cheese on it. So during a one-on-one dinner date, that one-on-one dinner date with Brynn and Cy, Brynn, the messy pot stirrer that she is, who I completely stand at this point, tells Cy that Erin had made the decision to distance herself from Cy because Cy rubbed her the wrong way during a different get-together that Erin had hosted a couple of weeks prior. And Brynn explained that supposedly, allegedly, apparently, Cy walked in, saw a cheese plate, and said, "What's that?" To which, when she learned it was a plate full of cheese, she said, "Oh, you eat cheese? That's weird." And apparently, rubbed Erin the wrong way. She's out for blood. She wants the bitch dead. Cy claims that she never said anything about the cheese. In fact, she does protest too much. She said that she was, in fact, trying all the cheeses, ate a mouthful of cheese at the get together, excuse me, and she doesn't know why Erin would be mad at her. So, do y'all eat charcuterie?
Yes.
No.
I love
I've never had.
cheese.
I mean, you know what?
Wait,
I eat charcuterie.
Oh, okay.
I eat
Okay.
charcuterie.
Okay.
I mean, 'cause I'm like,
She got money.
No, thank you. I don't want no
In
charcuterie.
this
Don't want no
square,
charcuterie.
in this square, I eat the charcuterie. Like, maybe the charcuterie might be on the menu in 2000. You will see, but I'll let you know. Let you know.
Okay.
Let you know.
okay.
I'll drink to that.
So
But usually it's good.
Oh, Miss Shantae, what did you think about them arguing over some damn cheese?
Oh, it's hilarious. But it makes me like Erin. I know we're saying, we love Brynn, but I like that person that's gonna stand up for herself and not be afraid to confront people. We need that to move, the plot forward and to keep the drama going. So I'm glad that Erin is, putting in her work as a housewife. But at the same time, I do think that Brynn was telling the truth because Erin said it was a joke that maybe Brynn put a little extra cheese on, not no pun intended, or a
Nope.
little extra
Come on,
salt
pun.
on. But Erin said it, and she needs to cop to her mess when she does it. But I'm glad that she's also not afraid, to call people out and stand up for herself. So
She's not afraid, even if it's about cheese.
Yeah.
yep.
Well, Cortez.
I like Erin. I do enjoy what she's bringing to the show in the sense of like she's not afraid to say whatever's on her mind. I think that's very important because she's going to cause a lot of drama. It's going to be stuff that's not worth it, but to her, everything is worth it. So
Yes.
she's going to call it out. I
Absolutely.
feel like she's not going to let anything slide under the table. So for that, that's what I enjoy about her. Now I do feel like Brynn may have lied. Brynn give me like she would, playfully lie a little bit.
Sprinkle something on it.
I think she would more than sprinkle, to be honest. I think she would do a
She served up in a completely different dish.
correct. But I believe Sai. It's actually Sai is actually my favorite of the entire cast thus far. I believe her when she said she didn't say that. I don't think she's a liar. I don't get lying from her. Everybody else, maybe.
But then you know what? It begs the question for me. Y'all know how I am, child. It begs the question for me. Well, then if she's lying and Sai says she didn't say it, why is nobody questioning Brynn? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Is it because she,
I think
puts a little razzle dazzle on her mess? Just because she cleans it up don't mean it's still not a mess. It's a mess. I like Brynn, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike anybody. It's the first episode, so I don't dislike any of the ladies.
Yeah.
I actually really love Brynn. I think that she's fun. But I think that she's dancing her way around this group. And if you look at that trailer, it looks like it doesn't get past the season. They stick her shit by the end of the season. So, I don't know. I don't know. And that was a great thing that you said about Erin. Basically, she's going to bring up everything, whether it's worth it or not. I think that her trigger is she kind of gives me like perfect Patty. So if her name is brought up in some mess, it's going down because she's got to vindicate herself and clear her name. But girl, loosen up a little bit. Loosen up, Miss Erin. Good Lord.
She really does seem a little uptight. But who knows? As the season progresses, everybody needs that uptight person. Everybody needs the bone collector. Everybody needs the shit stirrer. Like I think everybody, we got a clear example of what everybody's role is going to be going forward. And then as we see the previews, they definitely playing it up. What I think that I will say is it doesn't look like it's produced. Like some parts of Salt Lake City, for instance, seem like they were.
You know what I think, Jamie?
What, baby?
I think that they stop calling me that, my sweet baby. Anyway, I think that yes, don't do me. I think that they probably filmed a long time before we got the episode that we got. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Production was in the back cutting and splicing.
One thing that I want to say is that I really hate. I'm sorry. My bad. You're still talking, Chase. My bad. Go ahead, Chase.
No, I'm going to be done. I just want to say that the cheese incident allegedly happened at the 7th Housewives house, Lizzie.
Yeah.
So that means they filmed a lot before that.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, it does seem really organic.
In terms of that, that's what I don't like about this premiere is that you can tell they had to cut some stuff because even in the whole event that's happening later, it said that we haven't got all together in a long time. So when somebody says that, they don't hang out without the show. So obviously a lot had happened before that. So I'm just curious to see what we get to see before, from them cutting the other housewife.
Yeah, it's for those of you who don't know what happened, it's a mess. You can Google it. Follow us on Twitter. We'll be more than happy to tell you the story. The N-word was involved. Anti-Semitism was involved, allegedly. The girl quit. Her publicist came out and had a nicely wrapped statement. Bravo backed it up, but they quietly ushered her and her family up out this show.
They should have let it outside dig into that ass.
Okay, listen.
N-word.
Moving on. So after Cheesegate, after them wearing each other out, so we see Jessel at home with her mom, who really hates up cleaning after her and the damn kids. We see her husband that just wants to do his work. Jenna pops up, and immediately Jessel's mom kind of loves her. Jenna takes a cookie. She says, "Your cookies is stale. Like, why do you have these stale cookies here?" But they're having a conversation. Jenna's planning to throw a party, complete with fondue, charcuterie, and everyone is required to wear khaki. And even in her confessional, she's saying, like, I know that there is some drama surrounding cheese, and I'm completely here for the mess, which I absolutely loved. We get kind of like a little montage of the ladies getting ready for the party. This is the first time that we've seen Uba since the beginning of the show, which she's just kind of exudes just like this, again, this beautiful like goddess. I'm obsessed with her and I want to see more of her. Jessel's husband is asking her about what they're going to wear. Sai is kind of informing her husband about the cheese drama. He's laughing and saying it is the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard, which I kind of agreed, but like, let these ladies have fun. And none of these ladies own anything khaki. So fast forward, we have a conversation with Jessel and Aaron, and she's kind of telling her, hey, Brynn told Sai already that you hate her guts over the cheese situation. Aaron then says that Brynn is straight up lying. She never said that Sai said she hated the cheese platter. She doesn't know why Brynn would make that up, and she wasn't even mad at Sai for dissing her charcuterie board. So what do we think? We kind of alluded to it earlier that you think that Aaron absolutely did say it, but she's adamant, never happened. Brynn is a lie.
Well, she admitted.
Oh, sorry, Shantae, go ahead and go.
Well, I think she did admit that it was a joke, right?
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Got taken too far, so I just think that she does want to make sure that her words doesn't get twisted, and she is someone who, again, wants to stand up for herself and her reputation in the group.
Do you think she may be self-producing a little bit, or like being overly cautious about the image that she's portraying?
Yeah, she definitely wants to maintain her dominance, I think, in the group, but then also she doesn't want her words to get twisted, because that's the kind of stuff that comes back up at reunions. And Sai was angry at her a little bit, because Sai was the one that, kind of told her you were an asshole or something for saying that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cortez, what'd you think about this? You said you were kind of on Aaron's side. So after seeing this, where do you stand?
I'm still on her side. I still enjoy her as a person, but she seemed like she's a little bit of a liar, as they all are.
Wow. Not even stretching the truth, not trying to pretend she's a liar.
I'm learning who they are. I'm learning who they are, and I'm sure by the end of the season, I will not like half of them. Probably just only like one. I don't know. But based off of this, I was like, Aaron, girl, like, now I'm living for you. But this, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? You know how I'm like, come on, I was rooting for you. And I'm like,
we were all
right. But
I know she's glad that that party got cut. I know she's glad they had to cancel that footage.
We have a different perspective if the party was not cut. We would have our own set of eyes.
I would have loved to see that party.
Yeah, I would love
to see. Correct. So yeah, Met. Love, you still riding for Brynn?
Oh, always. She said slaps. That threw me about it. And I need to figure out what she is. She has me. You had me at slaps. She's kind of like she's like a breath of fresh air, and I'm assuming she's maybe maybe early 30s. What do you guys think the age range of the ladies are? We know that the owner that J. Crew, she said she was 54. Right? 54 was the housewife, the talk. J. Crew, Jenna's the oldest, I believe, right?
Yeah. I think Brynn is the baby. Like Brynn is like late 20s, right? Like, or just turned 30, right?
Is she that young?
Mm-mm. No,
I gave her mid 30s.
I was gonna say they said that
girl, did I age you? I'm sorry.
They said that the age ranges are around the same as when the original Housewives of New York started. So
they look younger than the original.
Well, it was different times. It was different times back then. 30s, 30s and.
Brynn is 36.
She's 36.
Good for you, Brynn. If you're seeing this, good for fucking you.
Nailed it. I could feel it. Exactly.
Good for you, Brynn. Exactly. I will say all the ladies look amazing.
I want to say really quickly, Jamie, in regards to Aaron, I don't want to say whether or not she's lying or not. It's really hard for me to brand anybody a liar right now because I don't know them and, we don't have the footage, so I don't want to say who's lying or not. But I do feel that she's the kind of girl that, as someone said, I think you asked, was she self-producing? I don't know if she's self-producing, but I know if it was me, and I ain't say that, or I didn't go down the way that somebody's telling it, I'm definitely gonna clear my name. I don't give a damn what's going on, how big it is, how little it is. If you want to sit down and tell a little lie, I'm gonna tell a big truth. I don't give a damn. Like, no, I didn't say that. That ain't what happened. The cheese, this cheese, that, whatever. You know what I mean? So for that, I don't fault her. But as far as who lying and who not, I don't really know. I can't.
And I almost kind of appreciate that we lost that footage, because most of the other Housewives shows, when the season starts, we're kind of put into like almost like backstory, and we have to sit through these forced like reunion episodes, and it doesn't feel organic. This one, it feels like we were dropped in and they were pissed off and have been pissed off for like a week, and so it's fun. Like, I don't have to play catch up. Drop me in the shit and let's figure it out. Let me figure it out.
It's like they already know each other. It's literally like they already kind of know each other, and and the camera's just turned on, and that's what makes it feel more organic. Now, one thing I will say about Brynn, I do see her being the troublemaker, as far as she will do something and then act like, wait, what? Let's just have fun. Let's take a shot. She's definitely that kind of girl.
Absolutely.
So I can see her getting on people's nerves for sure. The hey girl.
Well, I mean, all the best villains do. They start out loved, you're stirring the pot, and by your third or fourth season, you're like, this is getting old. You are 40.
Nene Lee.
How much longer are you going to do that? Look.
Leave her out of it.
Tess said, not my fave. Not my
fave. She ain't even on the network no more. You see why she going off?
How she getting it?
See, now how she get it? I do see Aaron. I think Aaron's more like a Bethany. I see a Bethany in Aaron. As far as
I don't get that.
You don't get it?
She's not witty. I'm sorry. Like, she's not funny. She's not funny.
That's why you said she's Jill.
She's Jill.
Oh,
she's not
Jill.
funny.
Okay, I can see Jill. I can see Jill because she'll get with you. She'll get with you, but she's not witty, because that's the thing about Bethany. Bethany had the dry humor and it was hilarious. So she'll get you together real quick. Right.
Roll the footage back. Let me change that name. It's Jill.
Like Bethany.
All right. Moving forward, at the khaki couture extravaganza, Jenna is literally the only bitch in this scene wearing khaki. She looks fantastic. She looks classy. She looks amazing. Erin is the first to arrive. Jenna gives her a tour on this house. And I will say, the thing that I am loving about this cast is they've got money. Jenna's apartment literally eats anybody in the old New York franchise. It is sexy. It is modern. It's elegant. And she's so just like humble with her shit. She's like, it's my house, and my closet is the size of 2 bedrooms. And here's the titties on pillows. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And I love that, because New York, for a while, the girls were broke. They were going through some things.
The girl was broke. The girl.
The girl.
Bethany and Sonia. But everybody else had money. They were loaded. Bethany and Sonia were broke.
Look, just because Jill had money doesn't mean she had taste, because we saw how she rearranged
that's totally
apartment.
different. The POP. Remember the POP? Remember the POP?
It was horrible. It was gross. Okay, so the rest of the girls are showing up. Everybody is pretty much in black. Uba is the only one that's close enough to like the theme, and she's wearing cheetah. I got to give it to her, because she literally just sits everybody. Like, she walks in and it's like, oh, y'all, she came to play, and the rest of y'all are just kind of
she floats into the room.
I think she's gorgeous. Y'all are going to hear this a lot throughout the season. Like, Uba can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, I love her to death.
Well, she need to do something. Well, hold on, wait. She need to do something because it's giving very friends of the show.
Not too much.
It's not too much. Friends of the show right now. It's giving friends of the show.
She's not a
Jamie. No, Jamie.
I agree with Chase. To be honest,
I love her though. I love her down. It's getting very Kiki in Miami. It's getting very Kiki in Miami.
It's only episode 1.
I don't. And from what I'm seeing, episode 1 is giving Kiki in Miami.
Listen, but she may not have contributed a lot to stuff. But when she did show up, she ate everybody up, and she provided comedic relief.
Kiki in Miami.
She ate.
Wait, there you go, Jamie. Put the cape on. Put the cape on.
She's Chanel Lyons' cousin, y'all know.
Yes.
So she's got
she gets the pass. She gets the pass.
It's genetic. So I think she's going to deserve a lot more. And I just love how she eats and even in that scene with Erin, when Erin was talking about how she gave the celery juice to her kids and she had a boo-boo in the school. How basically Uba was saying, stop that. Like, you need to eat. I pay for my food. Like, I need to have it all. So Uba was giving, and yeah, she needs to stop Erin. Erin needs to be stopped with that boo-boo juice.
Wait a minute. You got to stop saying the BB word now. Come on.
You know what? BB. Bravo on Sunday gave us a lot of boo-boo between Candy and her diarrhea.
Let's reel it back in. For those of y'all who are just joining us, this show will not be talking about boo-boo. We will not go down this road.
I can't do it.
We will not. Enough.
Whatever.
Okay, Taylor. Okay, Taylor, JD.
I don't eat cheese. Like cheese, the BB word, like,
Moving on. So
like, comment, and subscribe.
Erin is ready. Erin's fucking ready. She's sitting already. She's enough with the nicety. She says, hey, Sai, why the fuck did you go to another restaurant after you told me you were sick and tired? She confronts her about her belly. But the thing that I loved about this, Sai stood in her shit. She goes, I didn't want to go to that restaurant. I didn't want to go to your raggedy restaurant. I went to someplace else. Where are we at? What do you want to do? And you can't argue with that.
Yes,
what are you going to argue with?
Yes, you can.
You can argue with anything, though, Chase.
Yeah, well, I can find the hair and anything, but that's all well and good that you're standing up for yourself now, a week later, bitch, but you should stand up for yourself then.
Yeah.
So I don't get no points from me for that. Sorry.
I agree.
She gets points for me, and that's the host.
They did, and I don't like it. You know what they did? They did what they wanted to do, and then they did what they wanted to do, and they asked for permission later. Like, bye.
Anyway.
Are they trying to be the freaking frack? They might be the freaking frack.
They might be the freaking frack because you saw them on Watch What Happens Live. I think they have a genuine. They enjoy each other, but Sai gets in that ass later on. I want to say I
thought it was Brynn and Uba. That's what I got freaking frack from.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause. Miss TKC, we're not bringing Ramona in here. We're not bringing Ramona in here, TKC.
Is Ramona in here?
Not Ramona's burner account. He said, I miss Ramona. Absolutely not. Not on this show.
That's so track.
TKC, go to girls trip. Turn on girls trip, TKC.
Turn on girls trip, TKC.
You could catch her on Peacock.
All right, so we get a flashback. We get
not on Bravo.
Not on Bravo. We get a flashback scene of Uba and Brynn, and Brynn admits that she probably does owe Erin an apology. I thought that she seemed a little bit scared of Erin. She said multiple times, I'm not trying to get beat up. I'm not trying to have a confrontation. I do owe her an apology. And I'm like, you were so rah-rah with like carrying that bone and starting some mess when Erin wasn't around. So like now all of a sudden you're worried because you're going to have to be in the same room with her. So she clicked down just for me, because the best housewives stand at their shit and they don't need any questions about it. So we get just a quick little montage before the final drama. They're talking about the cheese. They're talking about sex. Brynn wants to watch Jenna have sex with a lady. Jenna apparently knows how to please any and everybody. Uba loves bananas. Erin is bored in bed and thinks that getting on top is being dominant. They talk about coming. Like this is, and I love it. It's very boring. She's like, I get on top sometimes, and I'm like, oh,
wait, Jamie,
good for you, girl.
What are you? Because I'm a Uba. I'm a starfish. What are you?
You're a starfish.
Isn't it? I was like, yeah. Isn't it called a pillow princess? I thought it was a pillow princess.
Oh no, yeah, that too. But Uba
did she call you a bottom?
Listen, she can call me whatever she wants.
Hold on, did you just call her a bottom?
I'm weak.
No, but Uba called herself a starfish. So
yeah, it was cute. I love this scene. Like I think
cute.
I think that after a while, and I think Cortez and Chase, we've been on enough panels that after a while, when you get the same certain women, the fun of having these conversations at these parties kind of gets sucked out of it. And you've got years and years and years of arguments where you can't even stand to be in the same room with each other without bringing up some shit. So to see a cast just kind of get together and talk about coming on a Housewives show, that was like good for you. Good for you and your banana. I love that. So before we get to the final drama, Miss Shantae, what are your thoughts about this scene and nobody in khaki?
Well, I think it's good to normalize talking about, you know, how we get
Come.
pleasure and things like that, especially amongst our friends, because a lot of women aren't having orgasms. They're not having fun. They faking the orgasms, you know.
Oh my God.
So if people
I
can
love this.
compare notes and start to be more honest, I feel like people will be a lot less stressed. People will
Yes,
walk
sis.
around not hating as much, you know. When
Oh.
you have your needs met, it's a certain kind
Oh.
of peace, a certain kind of glow, you know. And you gotta
That's
talk
your
about
word.
it with your people, you know.
You better
I'm
talk.
telling you, there's
Yes.
so many people.
Yes, so many
You know
people.
what?
What in the Dr.
You know
Ruth is
what?
happening on the lean now?
Oh, come on.
Y'all better like and subscribe to this.
Come on. It's this. Go ahead. This is her square. It's her square. Go ahead,
Oh
girl.
my God. I feel like I'm missing out.
It's her square.
I agree with you, Shantae, because we saw last season when Leah would attempt to like be very frank about sex or stuff.
Ramona
The
does not
older did not want to hear about it. Meanwhile, Luann and Sonia are out there giving the kitty cat to anybody over on the Upper West Side.
Oh,
So,
anyone in Crappy Lake,
anybody,
give him blowjobs.
anybody
Okay.
anywhere.
That
Not
signal.
blowjobs. It's a cat signal.
Cat signal.
I enjoyed this. Chase, what are your thoughts on this scene?
Manhattan.
What about those on cat signals?
Cat signal in Manhattan.
Listen, it's fun. And I'll go ahead. I know that we're kind of tired, excuse me, of Salt Lake City at this point, but Salt Lake City, when their first season, they were fresh. Dubai, they're figuring it out, but their first episode was very fresh. The Real Housewives of Miami, they figured out a balance of old and new, made it work.
Mhm.
It feels fresh. New York is now feeling fresh. You know what I mean? And I just am excited to have new blood. I am an OG fan. Actually, the Real Housewives of New York season 3 was my gateway into the Real Housewives fandom. So, I have a long history with the original group of girls, but I'm just excited, period, that they're talking about things. Uba, even though I said she's friend of the show energy, it's not because of what she brings, it's because of the way she was edited in the first season, because when she gets a mic, she maximizes her time. She's hilarious. I didn't like how Aaron was like, banana. Oh my God, so funny. I was like, wait a minute now, because hey, wait a
Why don't you
minute.
get on top, Aaron, and mind your business?
Wait a minute, boo. No, I
Not
like
too
that.
much.
Keep it cute. Yeah, keep it all the way cute. But I just enjoyed the scene. And Jenna, if you're listening, please send me one of those necklaces. Oh my God, did you see her necklace? It was hanging.
Send
but it wasn't
anything
connected.
that you have.
So beautiful. Like, I just love these
Jenna,
girls
anything.
already. I don't have much to
Anything.
add because there wasn't much to talk about, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Cortez, do you want to add anything?
The only thing I took from this scene mainly was that when they asked if you could create your own porn, what would it be? So I have a trip this weekend. I actually added to my list of questions to ask.
Do you feel like sharing? Shantae was talking about coming all day and all night. So why don't you share
my
what you
God,
got going on?
You asked me do I feel like sharing, and the answer is no.
No, I don't need a deal though.
Well, Jamie, you're the host, and you should lead by
But I
example.
will say I'm not a fellow princess. I'll say that. Not a fellow princess.
Not you a Dom top.
You better watch that thing. I know that's right.
Anyway,
And love, before we transition to the end, love, what are your thoughts on wherever we're at right now?
Wait a minute. Where are we on?
Where did we end up?
I think we're on the conversation. I think we're still on the game and the questions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I thought it was, everything about this is just so refreshing. Honestly, the way it was shot, the production, the way it was edited, the introductions to everybody, every scene seems like it's just something new. It's needed. And for fans that just came in today or fans that started, years ago, it does seem like regardless of where you began New York, it's a good beginning. So I think
what did the fans that came and win
from day one?
No, today. I just
Today.
Today.
Chase, don't do me. Chase, don't do me. Don't do me, Chase.
Listen, I'm
Don't
if
do
it
it.
helps you, if it helps you, Aaron.
I think it's the wine glass, dude.
Listen, Aaron, if it helps you, Aaron, I'm scared of you too. Okay.
All right.
You know what, Tess? I am classy. I have an IPA in a wine glass. I'm drinking beer.
I love that.
That's
I love that journey.
Hi,
Cheers. All right,
Clink,
so
clink. Sprinkle,
no
sprinkle.
water for the first time. All right, so Erin is tired of pleasantries. She's done with this shit. Y'all talking about dildos, you're talking about bananas, you're talking about shark coochies. I'm tired of this shit. So Erin finally confronts Brynn, and Brynn immediately punks out and is like, "You're right, I'm wrong. I made that up. You're right." But what got me was Sai was like, "Baby, tell her you told her XYZ." And what really was said was XYZ. Sai leaves this entire conversation hands clear. And Erin is just like, "All right, it's you and me, Brynn." Uva doesn't understand why the hell they're fighting. Jenna's like, "Y'all have talked about cheese and restaurants for far too long. Like, can we wrap this shit up?" They said, "No, we're going to go have a private conversation." And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so Jenna Lyons has this enormous apartment, right? She surely has a balcony. You two bitches choose to go into this lady's bedroom, sit on her bed with your outside clothes, and then proceed to touch her shit. Like reveling all in her shit. They're in her closet trying on clothes. They break this oddly weird, tiny rocking chair that was in there. And they're cackling and they're giggling, and there's just zero couth. But they made up apparently. So like, okay, Brynn, thanks for punking out and not dragging this out for 3 episodes. But they come back in. Appreciate that, because my God, I could not have dealt with this for 3 episodes. They come back wearing Jenna's clothes, and as much as Jenna tried to play this off, like her face, she looked like she was seething. So that's where we end the episode. What do you got? Would y'all let strangers in your home on your bed with outside clothes on?
You know,
Especially
my room door is
New
closed.
York subways.
The door is
My room door is
closed.
closed. My room door is
I would be very needy to the situation. I would yank somebody out of my room because you're not. That's just disrespectful to me. That's just me.
so, since we mentioned Nene earlier, I would be very.
Oh God.
Don't be all in my. Because for me, no one should ever go in your room. It's like they should go in your refrigerator. They should always, "Can I go in here?" That's just a common courtesy. But women,
Fridge?
It is. Yeah.
women.
Don't touch my
Especially your
radio.
coworkers.
I'm just
Especially your
saying.
coworkers.
I'm just
These
saying.
are coworkers.
Don't touch my radio. Don't go in my fridge. Don't go in my room.
Get this mic off me. I'm scared.
Yeah, please.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Shantae, okay, what are your thoughts? You see these ladies didn't even ask, "Hey, can we use your room to have a conversation?" They out there on the bed, outside clothes, shoes on the bed, cackling, dropping drinks everywhere. On the bed that you better.
She's better than me. I mean, God is working on me, but Jenna has the patience of a saint, because especially in New York, you know how many filthy, dirty things are in New York? Oh my Jesus. Like, you cannot walk into people's house, even with shoes, because people don't curb their dogs. They don't, do a lot of things that they should do. So she's literally bringing a whole bunch of bacteria and viruses and stuff like going on that girl's
And
bed.
roaches.
And I'm
the roaches
a
come
little
in.
bit of a germaphobe. I'm not neat. It's kind of weird. I'm not very organized, but I am a germaphobe. Like, I'll be the one with the hand sanitizer, the mask, the bleach, all of that. So that would just irritate me. So I, again, stand Jenna for being such a champ about it. And especially in New York with all the germs, and even with the panorama, you cannot have people just walking all up in your stuff with them germs and viruses and bugs like that.
New York literally just flooded like months before that. There was pee in the streets and boo-boo in the subway. Like, it was sewer water.
Lord Jesus, don't say the word.
All right, so before we wrap up for the calls, I just want to really quick ask everybody, what's your initial thought of episode 1, what you think is going to happen with the season, and then we will open up the line so we can take a couple of live callers to get some feedback from you guys. Love, really, really quick, what was your overall impression of everything?
I thought it was a 9 out of 10. I thought it was one of the best ways I've seen a season or a city come back after so much turmoil, racial turmoil, and make such a complete 360 with this good of feedback. I think it's a feel-good start. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Chase?
I thought it was Boo Boo.
Oh, see, there you go.
No, actually,
Your
I
own
enjoyed
rule.
it.
Your own rule.
No, I hate the okay. Anyway, I'm gonna gag. Okay, but I thought it
Okay,
was
Vicky.
fun. I yeah, I thought it was fun, and I am looking forward to it. I do think that the first season is going to be a season of growing pains as far as the content that we'll get, but I am willing to invest a couple of seasons into this group and see how they grow and flourish. And yeah, so I'm excited. I am.
Tezzy Wedney.
That's that name, child. It was good, but I would only give it a 7. It wasn't just like everything. I watched it twice, but I watched it twice because I had to refresh my mind from the first time I watched it on Sunday. It wasn't like, oh my God, this was so good, but it was interesting. You know, I'm intrigued. I'm with them. I just want to see where they go. I have my faves, but you know how it is with these shows and picking people. You got to be careful because by the end of the season, you can find out they are a racist and a bigot. So you got to be careful.
I feel like that was a dig at me. Was that a dig? That was a dig at me. All right, and then Shantae, final thoughts. What did you think of the premiere episode of this?
I'm proud of Bravo. I think that they're learning from their past mistakes.
Child.
And they are trying to do better in terms of, representation and having people be equals and respectful and actually good role models for people who are watching. So there are other cities that definitely could use a reboot, but New York did well with this one. So cheers to New York. Cheers to Bravo.
Cheers. I agree. All right.
Before you do that, just really quickly, Aaron, tell your brothers, holla at me. Go ahead.
Not the dads, the brothers. My God, Chase. What is going on?
Not blown kisses and all that.
Not the sweater off the shoulder.
We got some callers, y'all. Let's go ahead and get them on.
Let's go ahead and get these callers on here.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, TKC. Not this caller.
I don't want to deal with this.
It's the T, the K, the C.
Hello, Chad.
Wait a minute.
Please.
I love it. Yes.
Hey, y'all.
Is that Grace Jones?
No, it's just Jones.
I'm in my black and khaki as well. Since
Yes, come on.
That looks like mustard. Don't
do him like that. Don't do him like that.
Let the caller speak. Hold on.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Chad.
Anyway, hi to Love and hi to Shantae. Nice to meet
Hi,
y'all.
Chad.
Can't wait
Nice to
do a
meet
panel
you.
with y'all. So my initial thoughts, I'm gonna be quick. I love that New York feels like New York with the diversity of the cast. I think that it's important that Bravo revamped it and actually showed what New York actually stands for versus the old cast. So as far as the women, I enjoyed the energy, everybody together. It seems like Jessel is going to be the most annoying one, but in a good way. I think she's going to be the one that's going to be interesting to watch because she already has the way she talks to her husband. Everybody done pointed out. She got her mom there. She just seems like she's going to be like a quiet shit starter in a sense. So I'm kind of here for her. I love Sai. Of course, I told y'all in the group chat that I've been following Sai for a few years through some fashion pages. Her Instagram page is very, very dope. She has a lot of pictures of her kids. So I'm interested to see how she progresses in the season. To me, she felt the most comfortable on filming. She felt the most comfortable. Everything felt very natural. And it could be because she's a content creator. So she's used to the camera. She's used to being in front of it.
Yeah.
That everything felt very genuine with her. Aaron, I think I'm going to nickname her Jennifer Aniston. Somebody else called her that in the chat. And I think
I've seen that. I've seen that on Twitter.
So yeah, I'm going to nickname her Jennifer Aniston. Who else? Uva, so far she's quiet, but like Chase said, I think it's the edit because we saw in the trailer, she's going to get busy with Aaron taking them glasses off. And I can't wait to see it.
Baby.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts so far. I thought it was a great first episode. Like we've all been saying, Bravo may want to take this method and revamp all of them.
Keep it going. Yes.
Just to make
Seriously.
Keep it a little fresh.
And next is Atlanta.
Next is Atlanta. Keep Candy, but we're gonna keep going, and that's it.
Not Candy.
Wait, what?
Blake Brash, thank you so much for calling in.
Hey, Mr.
Guys,
Burns.
really quick,
Bye, Mr. Burns.
before we bring the other caller on, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sir Capricorn. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank
How
you
much was
so
it?
much for subscribing. We appreciate you. Like, subscribe. If you are
New
joining
York
us for the first
coins.
time, if you're joining us for the first time, please like and subscribe. Share the link. Tell your friends. If you are continuing to join us from other franchises, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Let's go on and bring this last caller on.
We actually have two. We have two more.
Okay,
Oh.
we'll bring on two more.
Ooh.
All
I
right.
love it.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
Come on, Jamie.
Hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Hello.
What's
Oh,
going
what's
Hello.
up, Jamie? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It's Taylor.
Hello.
I'm calling because hi y'all. Hi Shantae. Hi Love John.
Hi.
Jamie, first things first, congratulations on, being at the top of the pyramid for the first time.
Oh.
Happy to see you hosting and whatnot.
He got
It was
a
a little
name for
backhanded.
it. He got a
It was a
name
little
for it.
backhanded.
No,
but okay.
never that. And also, side note, I want to know how much Sammy paid Chad to say that about keeping candy on Atlanta.
Ooh.
I know, because I know he had to have been bribed for that one.
Wait, so you know what? Maybe onto something, Taylor. Maybe onto something. I think that may be true.
We're gonna have Shantae investigate that because she can find out anything.
Okay,
She got
fancy
all the
group.
dirt. She got all the dirt. What do we got, Taylor?
What you got for
San
us?
Diego. Okay, so I really do. I was apprehensive about this. I mean, Housewives has been, we all know where it's kind of gone the last few years. And so I was apprehensive even looking at the cast for the first time. I'm like, we have Selling Sunset. We have so many things these days, right?
Right.
But when I actually watched the episode, I was sold. I think that it feels way more authentic than any Housewives franchise we've seen in a while. Maybe since Miami first came back. The diversity feels organic. Everyone has like an actual image, an actual vibrance and personality that differs between the others, where they don't just all seem like they have the same stylist and just trying to look cute and shit. I like them all except for Jessel at the moment. I don't really like people that talk down to their spouses and have no control over their children and use their moms as maids. That's just not my vibe. I'm sorry, it's not. But I genuinely do see the star power in all of them. I was thinking that Brynn, like, something about her feels very. I mean, I know it's like, to some she might seem kind of stereotypical it girl energy, but for me she doesn't seem like an it girl in a way I've seen before on Housewives, and I realize it's because she kind of operates more like a dude, like a pretty man or like a gay man. She reminds me of Amir on Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, where she talks her way out of mess, kind of sidesteps things, uses her looks and flirts with everybody to kind of win people over. And I kind of like that aspect.
That's a hell of a plot twist. Wow. Okay.
She actually, Taylor, she reminded me a lot of Noella from OC in the fact that she was very just like open. She was very free, very young, very just like everything that's on the top of my head, you're gonna get. This is what you're getting.
Yeah. And I don't know Noella because I didn't watch OC really that much at that point. But I do love Brynn. She's probably my favorite, her and Sai. I think Sai's the most relatable in a way. You can kind of sense that she's real New York. She has a down-to-earth vibe, but she don't put up with shit. But she also has standards, and she's fun to. She's down to play. She's down to play with everybody. So I'm really looking forward to everything. I really am. And,
that's the UK.
Yeah, that's kind of all that I had to say. Oh, actually, one more thing. I really personally loved when Brynn was kind of gaslighting in her confessionals about Aaron's attitude and meanness and stuff, because they do that to the black women all the time on other franchises. So I like flipping the tables and letting the white woman be the aggressive,
catch that dirt,
scary one.
Bloop, bloop,
catch that dirt. Catch that dirt.
That was just me, though.
Well, thanks for calling in, because I've been talking to you on Twitter for months, telling you need to join, you need to call in, because we've been talking about stuff. So
I'm glad that you did, because it was getting weird watching it on Twitter.
Thank you very much, Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, Taylor.
Before we get to the last caller, another shout out to Art World. Thank you so much. We are definitely going to keep giving you what you want, sweetie. Thank you so much for supporting us across all the franchises that we see your gorgeous name pop up on.
How much money she gave us?
Yes, Art World.
Let's do it. Let's do
Two people you always gonna see is Art World and Sean, and I love to see
absolutely, and they're going to be getting busy in the comments. They're gonna talk in the comments, and I love that. All right, let's bring on our final caller. Oh, is this the new caller? I'm not familiar. Hi.
It's actually not new. But
Yeah, I'm not.
She hasn't called in on a panel that I've been on, so you're new to me.
Oh,
New York, new cast, new caller, new panel. I love it.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Well, it's
She said, "Oh, okay."
I'm a guy, Jamie. But yes, thank you for allowing me to come on. I will say that I really have enjoyed the show. I'm very excited for what's to come overall. I think that the diversity that we've gotten is great, and I'm glad that these women actually work and they don't basically sleep to get with these rich men. Basically, I think that is a great dynamic for the show, and I definitely.
I don't know why, Cohen.
Oh my.
Well, Chase,
Maybe
there's no shade to that, but I just think that it's refreshing to see these people work. Because I think it humanizes them a lot more than actually being like a rich snob. So that's why I say that overall. But I definitely enjoyed it, and I like that they're not really petty like some of the like in a performative way. And I think that really works for this show. And I think that's what's really going to keep this show going, because a lot of the other shows, they just like to be petty for the sake of it, and they don't know how to reel it back in. But I feel like these girls are going to know how to do that. And I think that's just a great thing overall.
I agree completely. It reminded me of like earlier Housewives shows where, I mean, we would get these little petty arguments, but these ladies were legitimately like annoyed about the shit they were arguing about.
Early New York.
Very early New York. And it does lend to the fact that
it's true.
Sometimes you need to clean house, because when you have people together for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons, you can't let shit go. So the petty arguments legitimately become deeply rooted arguments that you don't want to see this bitch anymore. So I agree with you completely, Cohen.
Absolutely.
What else?
Yeah.
My last thing I guess I'll say is my favorites are definitely Sai and Brynn. I think those are the people I'm going to ride with, and no one else, to be honest.
Well, keep tuning in, because we're going to see if that changes as the season progresses. We want to see everybody's journey. I agree with you. Right now, I think Sai is the most relatable. The other callers said it. I think Brynn, right off the bat, I think it's just her personality that pops.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where
they're
we go.
top two.
So.
I feel like I see their name the most all over social media is Brynn and Sai. And Jenna, because Jenna's known outside the show. She's actually bringing a whole new fan base of viewers just within fashion of who she is in general. So it was a win-win for casting, especially for the revamp of New York. It was a chef's kiss for the casting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think
Cohen.
Sai and Jenna are going to bring the fashion crowd in, because Sai's also fashion.
I agree.
Bye,
Do
Cohen.
you have anything else? All right. Have a good night.
Yes, you too.
All right, baby Cohen. Bye, baby.
Thank you so much to all of our callers. Really quick, guys, before we wrap up, does anybody have any final thoughts? Do you anything else we want to add before we end this?
Nope.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all guys so much. We had an hour. We gotta go. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the inaugural episode of this. Continue to tune in. Continue to follow us. Our social media handles are right here below on our squares. Follow us. We've got Real Housewives of Atlanta every Monday night. Mondays. We are getting ready to ramp up for Potomac, because baby, they fighting in Maryland. We're getting ready to bring on Beverly Hills. If you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe. Keep up to date with what we got. If you like this panel, you're going to love every other panel that we have, because everybody be on it every time we show up. So thank you guys so much. Y'all have a fantastic night, and we will see you next week.
Slender.